Hey everyone, Pastor Wes here with you on Wednesday night. Hope you're having a good day. Hope your week is going well. Just want to share a few words of encouragement with you tonight. 1 Peter 5:7. It's a verse that many of us are very familiar with. It says, "Cast your care upon him, for he careth for you." Cast all your cares upon the Lord, because he cares for you. So many times when people are going through things, when we're going through things, we say two words that are very easy to say and yet very hard to fulfill. And it's the words, "don't worry." We say it to people all the time. When somebody comes to us, they've got a problem that's going on, situation going on in their life, we tell them, "Hey, don't worry, don't worry." But when we're going through a problem, that's two of the words that we usually don't want to hear. It's very easy to say, "don't worry." If you're going on your first airplane ride, if you're taxiing down the runway, if you're going to the doctor for an excruciating examination, our tendency, our human tendency, our minds all of a sudden are just get filled with anxious thoughts. And Paul's encouragement to us, his counsel to us is simply don't worry. Every care, every worry that we have, every possible anxiety can be cast on our Father in heaven. And really, when you think about it, it's kind of foolish for us as Christians to worry. Peter had experienced this same situation on the Sea of Galilee when he worried about the waves and the wind and the storm, the water getting into the boat. He had to get to the point where he and the other disciples said, "Lord, save us." And we know that Jesus said, "Peace, be still." And he calmed the wind, he calmed the waves, he calmed the sea, the troubled sea, but he also calmed their troubled minds at the same time. And when Peter was sinking in the turbulent waves of that same sea, he experienced the strong and the gracious hand of the Lord lifting him up out of danger. And it's no different today. It's not the Sea of Galilee, but it's just life. And life is really like the Sea of Galilee a lot of times. The Lord invites us to cast all of our cares, all of our fears, all of our worries, all of our anxieties on Him. But for some reason, in our human weakness, we cling to those things. We hold on to them, and we just insist on holding on to all of our cares. We try to work it out by ourselves. We try to get other people to help us work it out. And it can be illness, it can be a financial difficulty, it can be anything from school problem to dealing with getting older and dealing with old age. I mean, we insist on carrying these things, these burdens ourselves, and we forget sometimes that the Lord has volunteered to carry every need, every care, every worry, every anxiety that we have. He's volunteered to carry all of those things for us. You may remember in the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus cautioned us and he said, "Therefore do not worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." And so our responsibility as we cast our cares upon Him, our responsibility is to take life one day at a time, and that's all you can do. You can't do anything about tomorrow. Tomorrow hasn't made it here yet, and you can't go back to yesterday. You have today. And so you take it one day at a time, and you rely on the Lord. You rely on the Lord for strength for today, that He will see us through this day, and then we entrust our future into His wisdom. Peter's advice and his counsel for today is this invitation to be able to pray to God, and at the same time know that God not only hears our prayer, but God answers our prayer. And so why should we worry when we have the ability to pray? Why should we worry when at any moment of every single day we have this admittance right into the throne room of God Himself? And so we who have learned to know God as a loving Father ought to cast our anxieties and our cares upon Him in prayer. See, we have a God who cares so much about us that He allowed His own Son to shed His blood for us on the cross. He cares about our spiritual needs. He cares about our physical needs. And so knowing who He is and knowing how much He loves us, we ought to trust steadfastly in His gracious care and cast all our cares upon Him, because He cares for us and loves us so much. So don't worry, don't fear, Don't walk around in anxiety and trying to hold on to all those burdens. Just cast them over to the Lord, who's volunteered to take them all for you. Cast your care upon him, for he cares for you. Hope you have a great rest of your week. Until then, I'll see you next time. I love you. God bless you.